Hey everyone, it's Anna Runyon, founder and CEO of ClassyCareerGirl.com, and I am here today. We are going to go over the 3 phases of your entire career, the phases that you will go in and out of throughout your entire career, and then we're going to tell you how to succeed in each of those phases. So we've got a little bit of something for everyone today. I'm really excited. You guys know I love teaching and training. I've been doing a lot of this over this last week. If you joined us, we did the Fall in Love with Your Work and Life Challenge last week, and it was amazing. It was so fun to go through this journey with you guys and to really help you move forward with your careers for this fall. And then the last 2 nights we had some live webinars, which was also a blast. You guys know I'm like in my happy place. I'm at my best self right now. Like I am trying to help you guys discover what your dream careers are, what your best self is, but I feel like I'm modeling that right now because I love what I'm doing right now too. So I am so passionate about helping you guys. Our mission at Classy Career Girl is to help 2,000 women launch their dream careers and businesses by 2018. So you guys are making this possible. Please, if you have other friends who are kind of stuck in their careers, could really use something like this, use this information, please share this with them. And please ask your questions. I am so here to serve you. I love answering your guys' questions. I've been really enjoying doing that and being here with you guys all week. So as most of you do know already, our program, Love Your Career Formula, today is the final day to enroll in Love Your Career Formula. So I'm going to give you a little information about that here and there as well, and really what these phases that we're going to cover here today, that's what Love Your Career Formula is all about. We want to guide you and hold your hand through this entire process of your career. You're going to go in and out of each of these phases, and it's tough. You're going to get stuck at sometimes, and so that's why my whole goal is to really help you through each of these phases, help you achieve the success you want, not just one, to figure out what your dream career is, which we want to help you do, but we want to help you succeed to find that dream career and then ultimately succeed in that career as well and achieve that success that you know that you can have. You know that is possible for you guys. So I believe in you. If you guys don't have anyone who believes in you, we have a great supportive community for you. We believe in you and we want to help you along the way. So if you want more information about Love Your Career Formula, you can go to loveyourcareerformula.com. Like I said, we had the 2 webinars the past 2 days, but we received so many emails from you guys about how you wanted the recording and you couldn't make the live portions. And, we had people from all over the world, and obviously the time zones, people were like, I can't call, into the webinar at 2 a.m. in the morning my time. So we wanted to make it possible because we know we have everywhere in the world we want to be accessible to everywhere in the world. So we did send out the recording this morning. It should be in your email inbox if you signed up from the webinar. If you want to access it right now, you can go to www.classycareergirl.com/work-you-love. Just know that that webinar will only be available, the recording will only be available to watch through tonight. But if you're here with me now, I am going to guide you through some of the stuff that I talked about last night. But the reason I wanted to tell you about that is because our team, we had a long talk, and we have decided to waive the $100 initiation fee for also anyone who signs up today. So that was a bonus for people who are on the live webinars the last 2 days. But because we received such a big response from people internationally needing to watch the recording, we are waiving the $100 initiation fee. So that means if you go to loveyourcareerformula.com by the end of tonight, so that's at, what time are we closing the cards again? 11:59 p.m. Eastern. That is when cart will close, and Love Your Career Formula will not be available again, most likely till next year, for sure till next year. Here's what we do. We close the cart so that we can stop focusing on marketing and enrolling people, and there's all this registration, all the administrative stuff that needs to happen when all these new members come in, right? And we've been doing this. John's doing this right now. We have new members coming in all last night. So that's awesome. But John is here and he is enrolling everyone. But here's what we want to do at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. 11:59 p.m. Eastern. we are closing the cart so that we can serve you guys. We can serve the members in our community and in our program, because that is our focus, is really helping all of our members move their careers forward. So that's why we have to close our cart. We have to get new members into their accountability groups. We have to get them their action plans. We have to get them their DISC personality assessments, all this stuff. And we want to make sure that they get everything that they need. So we would love for you to be one of those too. I would love, we're going to walk through the 3 phases of your career, but I would love to continue this journey with you. I would love to walk you through this entire career journey with you every step of the way. It's only $39 per month if you join us at loveyourcareerformula.com. So my goal and my whole mission for this is to really make this an affordable investment for every woman who wants to grow her career and is passionate about becoming successful and finding that ideal career fit. So as you probably know, working with a career coach can be very expensive personally if you're working individually with someone. It can be $250 an hour. It can be, $2,000 to work with a career coach for a package. I know, this is my industry, right? I know this very well. I know what career coaches are charging on an individual basis. And that's why I really saw the need for you all to have some option that is more affordable for you guys, that you can, get premium level career coaching every single step of the way for an affordable price. So definitely check that out. We are starting on the 3 phases of your career and how to succeed in each of the phases. So the reason why this topic is so important today is because you really have to know where you are at right now. So you can't move forward, you can't, start taking steps or plans or anything like that if you don't know where you are at right now. So John just shared in the comments right now, thank you. He shared our little handout of what I'm going to go over right now that shares the little pathway, the beautiful little pathway. Shout out to Laura on our team who created this beautiful PDF. It creates the little pathway of what you're going to take on your success path in Love Your Career Formula when you join us. So the first step is the explorer. So you are an explorer along your Love Your Career Formula success path. If you are unsure what you want to do with your career, you don't really know what your ideal career fit is, maybe you're feeling kind of stuck, you don't really like going to work, but it's a paycheck, and it's what you've been doing for 5 years, so, it's what you got your degree in, but you just know that there's something missing. There's just something not right, and I know I was totally there, so I know what that's like, where you just feel like you have more potential, like there's more to this life than waking up, jumping in the shower, heading out to work with your cup of coffee, and sitting for 9 hours in a job you don't really like, and working with a team you don't really like, all that stuff, and not doing tasks that you really like, and then coming home and being exhausted to do anything else besides watch TV. I know that used to be my life for sure. So I know what that's like. And so you're an explorer, and there is nothing wrong with being an explorer. There's nothing wrong with any of these phases. So I really want to make that clear. No matter what phase you're at in your career, totally fine. And you're going to go in and out of these phases for the rest of your career as well. So, you may at some point 5 years from now want to reevaluate things again, and that's totally fine. So you're an explorer. What does that mean? That does not mean you should jump online and start job searching, which is a common mistake that job searchers are making. So I'm going to kind of go through some of the steps that you will achieve in that explorer phase that are really going to help you move forward. So really the first step, if you're in this explorer phase, is we got to get your time management on track. We got to get you productive. We got to get you blocking out time to work on your passions, your goals. If you don't know what your passions are, we got to get you some time so that you can figure out what those passions are. So that's really the first step in Love Your Career Formula, is really working on your time management, your productivity, really blocking out that time. And that's why I do want to show you guys, there's something that we send to you on a weekly basis, and that is your action plan. We actually will send you, if you join us in Love Your Career Formula, we're going to send you step by step. I don't know if you guys can see this right here, but I'm going to send you your to-do list on a weekly basis. So I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. I've been doing this for 6 years. I've coached hundreds of clients, and so I know what you need to do on a weekly basis. and they're bite sized. So they should take you, 30 minutes to do per week. So it's small. I know you're busy. And so that's what we're going to do first. We're going to really figure out how to get that weekly planning going. So you're doing your to-do list, you're working on your priorities. That's going to create that momentum, right? And if you guys have any questions, feel free to post them below as well. Okay, so now you have your productivity plan in place. Your next step really is to work on your mindset. So this is really important because when you are doing a career change, there's a lot of negative thoughts that come up, right? So we want to make sure that we are keeping positive, we're staying positive, you're in that supportive community, which we have our private Facebook group of our community of Love Your Career Formula members and also other career coaches and recruiters, and me, of course, I'm in there every day. So you want to be able to get into that supportive network and around people who are also positive. So we all know there's a lot of people around us that are not the most positive people, right? So really important to work on your success mindset, staying positive, and we talk a lot about that in Love Your Career Formula and how you can start to do that to change some of that negative thoughts that you're having. And then the next step, kind of the same thing, is to start getting over those fears. So we work a lot right in this beginning stage. See, all this stuff, so many other career coaching programs just skip right over this stuff. They go to resumes, they go to LinkedIn, all that stuff, but we don't. We really take our time here. In this step, we're really making sure that you're conquering your fears. You know what your fears are. You know what you're scared of. You have the right support to help you move past those fears. And then we start to figure out your direction. So in this explorer phase, we're going to start to figure out what your calling is. We're going to go through and figure out what your ideal career target is. We're going to start researching careers. We're going to start targeting careers. You're going to start putting a plan in place, and you're going to start talking with people who are already in some of those careers that you're really interested in. So you're going to start with a big long list of careers, and you're going to start narrowing it down while you're self-reflecting, looking internally, figuring out what career is best fit for you. And then you're going to start doing some informational interviews and really interviewing people to see what their careers are like. And then that's where the match is, right? So that's where you're going to learn what careers are like. You're going to be doing that research, starting those informational interviews, and you're going to be doing that required work internally to figure out what you want. And then we find the match. We kind of narrow it down. We take our time. There's no rush through this process. This is all about finding that ideal career fit for you so you don't have to get stuck ever again, and you don't have to go in and out of jobs that you hate and be job searching and worried about that resume and all that stuff. So my goal is really to get you into a career where you're happy and fulfilled and excited and jumping out of bed. Okay. So in this section, you'll find the clarity that you want. You'll put together your 90-day plan, you'll put together your vision board, you'll put together your annual plan. All of these steps are really, really important in Explorer phase. So you start the phase stuck, maybe where you're at right now, totally fine. Most people that come in do start in this Explorer phase. So you start stuck, not sure what you're going to do. You leave this phase with clarity and confidence and finally knowing what your ideal career target is. So that's a celebration, right? So you have that direction, you have the plan in place, and you're ready then to go into the second phase of Love Your Career Formula, which is a job searcher. So you are a job searcher in our second phase of Love Your Career Formula if you know what you want. You know what your ideal career target is. You just need to find it. And so maybe you're spinning your wheels trying to get into this hidden job market. Maybe you're applying to jobs over and over and over again because you have done the self-reflection. You do know yourself and you do know what ideal career target fits you best. And you just know. You know in your gut that that is the career that you really want. You have done networking, you've done informational interviews, and so now it's really about time to pick up the speed with your job search. So a couple things that you want to do here. In this step of the job searcher phase, we focus a lot on networking because 80% of job opportunities are found through networking. So we're gonna zoom in on your networking action plan, create your networking action plan, really give you a networking strategy so you're networking with the right people. You're networking with the right people that can help you get the job you want rather than wasting time going to this networking event and this networking event. you'll have a map, basically. We'll map out your current network and really help you figure out who you should be networking with first. A lot of people have, let me know in the comments, a lot of people have a lot of fears about networking, a lot of barriers holding us back, right? I know I did. I'm an introvert, and so networking has always been very tough for me, but I knew it was really, really important to reach my goals and the success that I wanted in my career. So part of that networking then is getting over those barriers, getting over the fear of networking, getting over everything you're scared of maybe going to a networking event or talking to someone one-on-one. All that stuff we cover, so we're really working, again, on your mindset when it comes to networking. We also will be delivering you weekly motivation and inspiration because we know at this point, every point in your job search, it kind of sucks, right? Like, job searching isn't that much fun. I have never met anyone who says, I love job searching, right? So on my end, I love it because I have seen so many women have success with it. So I see the other side. I see the women when they start and I see them when they finish and when they tell me that they got their dream job and all that stuff. So that's why I love it, because I know where this is going. I know if you follow this plan, I know the results that you're going to get. So that's why I love job searching, but I'm on the other side. I'm telling you exactly how to job search on a weekly basis, and I'm also giving you the inspiration that you need to really take your job search to the next level and inspire you so you don't stop. You keep going because it's not easy, and this is not like a 5-week plan to get hired, or we're not just, a short course here. We are really with you on this entire journey through the whole way, and we want to see you succeed. So there's no quick successes here. It is a carefully planned out formula, and you have to trust me on this process because it works. I've done it over and over again. And John wants to say something.
Would you say job searching is like dating? You're like trying to find the match, and then when you do find the job, it's like, oh, I found the one.
The one.
But the whole dating process,
yeah.
Like, I don't know, nobody likes the dating process. Like,
yeah,
that's terrible. And so we are like matchmakers.
We're like not personally matching you, but we're helping you figure out what that ideal career fit is for you. So yeah, perfect. Great. John's tip of the day.
Just thought I'd chime in there, everyone.
Next time, I was telling him last night that I should just not go on and he should just come on the screen today and be like, hi, Anna is like in bed exhausted from this whole marketing over this last week. So I'm here and I'm going to answer your questions. And so now he just proved that that's really what should have done, what should have happened today, right? Okay, so now you know about matchmaking and you know about our career matchmaking. So we are in the job search phase. Oh, real quick, if you're just joining us, Love Your Career Formula ends tonight. So you definitely want to go to loveyourcareerformula.com and join us before the doors close. They are closing tonight so we can serve our members. It's kind of like, a college course. We're focusing on you guys, and we want to make sure that you succeed through this program and get you matched with, hey, we have matching services in the program because we match you with accountability teams. And so we have to make sure that we do that and we get all that administrative stuff done. So that's why we have to close the doors. I hate to close the doors, but that's why we have to. And also the $100 initiation fee, we've extended that through today to be waived. So it's only $39 a month to join us. Okay, so we are in the job searcher phase. We have created our networking action plan because networking counts for way more success than anything else you'll do when you're job searching. 80% of jobs are found through networking. We have then, now finally, you see, we have gone through such a long process before we even touch your resume. We're finally at the time where we can touch your resume. But first, we're going to go over what your resume branding strategy is. So we're going to go over what we want to say on your resume before we put it out in the world. We want to go over what your goals are before we even start updating your resume. So there's some really important questions that you need to ask yourself before you start updating your resume, and that's why it's so important. And same with your cover letter too. We really go over, what your branding strategy is going to be for your cover letter as well. So once we know how we're going to brand yourself on your resume and your cover letter, then comes what I think is more of the easy part, which is actually now putting that brand onto a piece of paper. And we have a ton of resume templates that we give to you, as well as cover letter templates. So you're really set to get started quickly once you get to this point. And once you have so much more clarity of where you want to go, you're not just blindly submitting this, blanket resume to like 10 different jobs, but you're really focused on that one job and where you want to go with it. Okay, so after you have a resume you love, a cover letter you love, it totally shines on paper. It shows you who you are on paper, and you want to like share it with the whole world because you love it so much. Like, that's my goal. And you're so excited about the opportunities that are in front of you right now. Then we get you into interviews. So this part is where you really learn how to nail those interviews, how to prepare for those interviews, how to really nail those interviews so that you can get hired in that dream job. And there's some key things that you need to know. There's some, questions that you need to have ready. There's some answers you really need to have practiced, and we go over all of that in Love Your Career Formula. And then the last part in our job searcher stage or phase is we're really going to focus on your online reputation and your personal brand online. This is so important these days, so you really want to get this right. So your job search these days is way different from 10 years ago or 5 years ago or even 1 year ago. There's so much job searching you can be doing online, and there's so many ways that you can stand out online. This is one of the things I am most passionate about, and it's something that's really not being taught very much. And so that's why it's really important that we make sure that your online brand matches your offline brand. And so everything that you're saying, say when you go to a networking event, they're seeing the same thing when they pull you up on LinkedIn or when they pull you up on Instagram. Like, everything is like this cohesive brand that they can see about you, and all of them shares how you would be an awesome fit for this job and how you're passionate about this career field and why they should pick you. So online reputation is really, really important. It's definitely in more of the advanced phases. We don't do this right off the bat. But you do have access to, right now, all of the modules when you start the Complete Success Library. So if you do have an interview tomorrow, you can go to that section. If you do want to learn how to job search with Instagram or Pinterest or Twitter, you can go to that section. But I highly recommend that you walk with us step by step and you really take the process weekly, the action plans that I give you on a weekly basis, because this is really a proven formula. It's a tried and tested formula, and it works. But I highly recommend that you go through it step by step with me rather than like moving around. But just so you know, it's there for you. So if you need, the advanced modules, you have access to everything when you start. And that's also a benefit of joining us right now. I do not know if this will always be available to have the entire Success Library. I know we are thinking of moving some things around and probably maybe delivering it more slowly so you don't have access to everything. So if you want access to everything, you definitely want to join us before we close enrollment tonight, because this may be the last time where we give you everything up front. And so you can go to www.loveyourcareerformula.com, and that will also, the other reason I really want you to go there is because we share so many success stories from so many of the women that have been in Love Your Career Formula before. So I've been doing this for 6 years, so we have a lot of success stories, and I highly recommend watching one of the videos we have where we combined all of the successes together and all of their thoughts and all of their, tips and case studies for you. And so that is one of my favorite videos to watch. Maybe John can link to it here. It's also on YouTube. Okay, so we have gone through the job searcher phase. You started the job searcher phase knowing what your ideal career target was, but not knowing how to job search, how to actually find it. And now we are ending the job searcher phase because you are hired. You got your dream job. Yay, everything worked out. You followed our plan and we told you exactly what to do, and it sped up the process. So now is a really exciting point because now you get to transition into our leader phase. So our leader phase is really when you have found a job that you love, but you know you need to take it to the next level. You know you need to really put everything into getting ahead to achieve the success that you really want in your career. So maybe, you know that there's so much more possible for you where you are at, but there's some like levels above you. There's some levels that you need to jump. You need to get promoted, you need to get a raise, all this stuff. But now it's not a matter of career fit. You know you're in the right career fit. You just know that there's so much more success that you can have where you're at, and you need to become that leader that you know you can be. So a couple steps that we need to work on, first of all, is those first 90 days. And this is why we're like a career e-learning platform. We want to be with you throughout this entire journey and not just say bye after you got the job. We want to walk you through those first 90 days in that first role, because it's so important. Your first 90 days in your new job will change everything for your future. That it will determine where you're going to end up in that company in the future. That's how important those first 90 days are. And it's also important with your salary negotiation as well. So back in the job searcher phase, we taught you how to negotiate your salary to get what you deserve. And that's so important because all of your future raises will be dependent on what you get that first raise. So that's why we put a lot of time and emphasis into helping you negotiate so you're confident and you get what you deserve. So then you get into those first 90 days, and that's when you really want to stand out. You really want to learn what's required of you. You really want to meet as many people as you can, because that's only going to help you move your career forward. So we teach you how to do that and Love Your Career Formula. We also will move into helping you become confident in the work you do and become respected by others. One of the things we focus on a lot is figuring out what your strengths are and really making sure that you're working with as many of your strengths as possible, and you're delegating those things that you're not strong in and that you really don't like doing. So we focus on time management again in this leader phase, but it's different than in the beginning, because now your time management involves delegation because you're moving into that leadership role, that management role. And delegating is when you have a team under you, like I just hired 9 interns last week, like it's a way different story when you have a team under you that you need to manage. So we talk a lot about that in the leader phase, really how to delegate, how to manage your time, how to work in your strengths. We talk a lot about how to get promoted and how to get that raise you deserve, how to jump those levels. We also talk about strategies to use to get ahead. So one of the things that I have done a few years back, I interviewed over 50 women in the Get Ahead Club. And these were career experts, authors, CEOs. They're amazing women. And what you have access to in the leader phase is you have access to their tips on how to get ahead. So all these interviews I've done, at this point, you're really ready to expand and get inspired by other women who have written books about this topic, about becoming a leader, about getting raises and getting promotions. And so that's why we really included all of these interviews in the leader phase when you're ready for them. Okay, so you're at this point. Another big thing we focus on in this phase is we want you to have a tribe around you that's supporting you, mentors. And this is different than the networking that we talk about in the job searching phase, because that's a different type of network you need. So now when you're in a leadership role, when you're in this leader phase, you need a completely different type of network to help you get ahead, to help you achieve that success you want. You need a mentor within the company, outside of the company, all that stuff. So we really walk you through your career, your entire career development plan as a leader, and help you put your 1-year goals together, your vision, your 5-year goals, so you know where you're headed in the future internally at the company. Maybe you want to leave companies. We've had a lot of women in the program as well figure out, oh, actually, this is not the company that I want to be at. I love my job, but figuring out, okay, how can I leap a level or two by leaving the company and going somewhere else too? So that's always an option. Okay, so you start the leader phase. You start it by knowing you have more potential than where you're at right now. You love your job. You just want to grow in your role, learn how to manage, become a better leader, get more respect. And you end the leader phase really making an impact in the world and achieving the success that you want to have. And so this really is all about success and also happiness and fulfillment, and it's also about making a difference. And so if you're in my network here, if you're following Classy Career Girl, you know that's what we're all about here. We're not just here to have paychecks. We're here to serve a purpose, to have a mission, and have a career that makes a difference in other people's lives as well. And so that's what really leaving this phase, actually you really never leave this phase, right? You know, maybe if you want to retire, but then you'll probably end up going back in these phases too, because leadership is always something you can continue growing as well. Okay. So at this point, I really want to ask you guys, it really is time to make a decision. So you have a choice right now. You can figure out how to do these 3 phases on your own. Just know it is a difficult process. Things are changing by the day. Recruiting methods are changing by the day. You know, the whole online world has changed everything for job searching. So you can try and navigate these 3 phases on your own, or a better option, I think, is to have me help you guide you. I can walk you through all of this step by step. There's a reason, you know, my advice has appeared in Forbes and Wall Street Journal. There's a reason why our website has been listed on Forbes top websites for years. And there's a reason why I'm flown internationally all over the world to teach this stuff. It's because I know this stuff. I've been doing it and working with women for so many years. So I would love to take you by the hand to guide you through this process, to email you your weekly to-do list, to tell you exactly what you need to do on a weekly basis to help you first identify what your ideal career fit is, help you get that job, and then become the leader that you know that you can be. So like I said, I've mentioned it a few times, you can go to loveyourcareerformula.com and get all the information. You can enroll now, get started right away on your success path, figuring out where you are. We have a welcome video that's waiting for you. And then every Sunday, we'll be emailing you your weekly action plans, what you should do in a bite-sized format to each week to help you through the success path and achieve the success that you want. Like I said, we have the $100 enrollment fee waived today. Enrollment is closing tonight. It is $39 per month. You can cancel anytime. And we also have a 30-day money-back guarantee because we are so proud of this program. We've worked on it for so long. This is not just something we're throwing out there the first time. This is proven. We've done this. We have case studies. We have success stories. It works. And it's only over $1, a little over $1 a day. So this is an investment in yourself, and it's something that will move your career forward and get you closer to your goals. So I want to go over real quick exactly what you're getting if you decide to join us in Love Your Career Formula.
And if they see this after the recording, they can still comment, questions, all that stuff, and you get notified.
Yeah, if you're watching this afterwards, please leave your comments below. We get notified when there's comments and questions and all that stuff, so we want to help you. We want to answer your questions. And if you have any questions about your order, you can email info@classycareergirl.com, and my team can help you out as well. So a couple things you get right away when you join us in Love Your Career Formula, just so you're very clear, you get access to the complete success, all of the success modules that we've ever created in Love Your Career Formula. So we obviously like you to follow our step-by-step plan, but if you need to move ahead, if you need to go faster, you definitely can do that. You have access to everything. You'll also get the weekly bite-sized emailed action plan to you on a weekly basis. I'm literally emailing you your to-do list. I'm telling you exactly what to do, kind of like a personal trainer would tell, his or her client exactly how to work out that week. So that's what I'm doing for you. I'm just telling you exactly what you need to do in your career on a weekly basis, depending on what phase you're at. We're also matching, because we're the matchmakers for your career. We're matching you guys with accountability teams. And that's another reason we have to close the doors tonight, because we can't keep doing this on a daily basis, right, for new members. So we need to close so that we can match you guys with your accountability teams. And this is a new addition. We started this about a month ago. We've already have members matched and doing this, and they're loving it. And it's just an extra way to get more accountability as you go throughout the program. So you're going to be matched with people. We're trying to match people who are located in the same region as you are, the same location. Not always possible because we have members from around the world. But we will match you with someone then virtually if there's no one in your city. So we spend a lot of time. We'll match you guys. You'll have virtual meetings. It's really up to your team to schedule them, to make them successful. I give you a guide. I show you exactly how I recommend you have these accountability meetings, because I do this myself for my career. I have over the last year, and it's amazing. Just to have someone to help hold you accountable, to get feedback from, and to help you move your career forward, and even just to support you. Like, my mastermind group will say, if anyone can do it, you can do it. And just like that, someone else believing in you is really, really great. So we'll match you with an accountability team. You'll also have members only access to our private Facebook group with career coaches and recruiters and me, and helping you, guide you through the way, giving you that motivation, support. We can answer any of your questions there. And you'll also get a DISC personality assessment. That's over a $30 value, and that's one of the things we recommend you do at the start, so that you can really determine what type of personality fits you, what type of career fits your personality best. So that's why it's really important that you take that personality assessment and watch the training that goes along with it. And then, of course, we know, sometimes job searching is tough, right? We know that. We've been there. And so on a weekly basis, in those weekly action emails, you'll get more inspiration from me. Yesterday, I recorded over 23 of the audios just yesterday of what we're going to send you on a weekly basis. And it's just that thing you need to move forward. Just a little push every single week, a little inspiration. That's what we're sending you. Okay, so remember that we're closing today so we can stop marketing and promoting our program, but we can really focus on serving our members, because that's why we're here. Our mission is to help 2,000 women launch their dream careers and businesses by 2018, and we want to walk beside you. We want to guide you through the process and really help you through this the whole way. We do have a question that came in yesterday. Do we have any other questions that have come in so far?
No,
I haven't seen anything.
There were a lot of questions on the webinar, so maybe go over the questions on the webinar.
Okay. Yeah, there was one that came in. Okay, so she said, from the beginning, I knew that I didn't like teaching because I'm a practical person. Now I'm working as a software engineer, and many are suggesting to continue studying and get a doctorate degree and become a teacher in order to have more time for my family in the future. Is that a reason to take that step? Okay, so I wanted you guys to hear this question because I want you to see what's happening here. She's saying many people are suggesting. Many people are suggesting. You're going to have that, right? You're going to have many people suggesting that you do this or you do that. And the same thing happened to me too when I was graduating I was trying to figure out what major I should be. I was undeclared for 2 years of college. I had no idea what I wanted to be. And my counselor, my college counselor, told me what I should do. He said, oh, you get A's in finance. You should be in the finance department. And so I became a business finance major. People are suggesting. People are doing that a lot. So it's really important that you figure out in that explore phase what that best career fit is for you, because that will make you a lot more confident in the decisions that you're making. You're not going to make decisions based off what other people think. But no, there is a really important part. If you were on our webinar, I went over the 8 ways to figure out what your calling is. One of those is to get feedback from other people. So it is important to ask people, what are your strengths? What do I do well at? What do you think are my special gifts and talents? That's really, really important, but it's not the only thing. So for instance, for this question, I wouldn't just focus on what other people are suggesting. I think that's great. It needs to be added into your decision, but it's also really important that you figure out what's best for you, because no one else knows that but you. You're the only person that can really go through all of this self-reflection, can go through really figuring out what your ideal career target is. So I think that is really important. And I don't know if getting a degree to become a teacher, to have more time for your family, I don't know if that's the best reason to make any decision. You do have to evaluate your values and your priorities, and family is really, really important. But just because someone says there's one way to have more time with your family is probably not the only one way. There's a lot of different ways that you could probably have that time for your family besides going back to school, getting a doctorate degree, and becoming a teacher. So I know a lot of teachers who don't have time for their families. So I think that you just want to make sure that you are very aware of what you're getting into. So maybe doing some informational interviews with some teachers where you're at and asking them, what their typical day was like, how much time do they have for their families, just really figuring out what their workday is like and what your ideal workday is like as well.
And weighing the cost of getting the actual teaching credential. So
you have to weigh the cost.
So you better make sure that that's what you want to do long term.
Yeah. John knows.
You should repeat that.
John knows he got his teaching credential. So, yeah, what John said is you have to weigh the cost as well. So if you're considering going back to get a degree, there's a large cost involved in that. And so you have to make sure that that's worth it for you as well. Ida says, I think you should always evaluate the pros and cons of your decisions. I love that. Great tip, Ida. So she said, listing out your pros, listing out your cons, putting it down on paper, I think is really important. Okay, it was a great question. Okay, I think Ida also said, having access to everything allows you the freedom to work on the material you choose on any given day. I love this. Ida is a former Love Your Career Formula client and grad, and she now works for us actually as the community manager. So if you join us in Love Your Career Formula, you will see a lot of Ida. But she went through this. She went through this whole process and had success with it and is working through it and transitioning her career. And she says having access to everything allows you the freedom to work on the material you choose on any given day. So I know this is a question I've asked her in the past too. She loves that she can move on to any phase that she wants to. She can move ahead, she can go back, she can do any of that too. So yeah, you have the benefit of really being able to access any of the materials that you want to access. So thanks, Ida, for jumping in. Glad to have you here. Okay. I think that is, did we have any other questions that came in?
Not here.
Okay. I think that's about all that we have. So make sure if you want to listen to the recording of the webinar, it's at www.classycrugal.com/workyouLove. And then, of course, we're hoping that you join us and that we can continue this journey along with you guys in Love Your Career Formula. So you can learn more about that at www.loveyourcareerformula.com. Any last wise words about matchmaking or anything else, John?
No, but I am going to buy careermatchmakers.com.
Are you being serious?
That's our new URL. I'm just kidding.
Okay, John just came up with a new business idea, careermatchmakers.com. So, no, that is not where you'll find us, if I have anything to say about it. But maybe it's a new app. I could see that being an app. Ooh, I like
Seriously.
this. Okay, so.
I like where this is headed.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, well, we hope to see you guys. And if you have any questions, just email us at info@classycrugal.com or post below. We'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone.